What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Marquise Show podcast, a podcast where I talk about everything from politics to pop culture and everything in between. And if you are not subscribed, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Turn on that bell for post notifications so you get notified every single time I post and or go live. Oh, guys, it feels so great to be back. I think I've been gone for a month almost, maybe. Somebody let me know in the comments, but again, life happens. And but there's so much to talk about, so much that's been going on. At the filming of this video, I think Facebook has upheld President Trump's ban from Facebook. So I'm interested to see how this plays out, because I don't think it stops since they upheld. I think there's going to be some ongoing stuff. So I'm interested to see what happens with that. Because with all the stuff that goes on Facebook, it's just like, so you ban him for what? Like, the stuff I see on Facebook is horrific. Like, everybody should be banned. Like, from the rhetoric people put, from the damn near nudity people put on there, and just the hate people spread. So like he blends right in with the rest of them. If you're gonna block him, you should probably block a majority of Facebook users if you're gonna say people are posting inappropriate content, because that's what Facebook is. But again, that is another topic for another day. Today's topic, I really wanted to talk about this. I don't know, let me know where you guys live and tell me if you're seeing the same thing. Now, over like the past month or so, like I've been seeing these now hiring signs everywhere. When I tell you manufacturing, to the food industry, construction, everything. And you see so many now hiring signs. And now my first thought was like, there's no way that Joe Biden has turned around the economy from this huge pandemic that has shut everything down. And now all of a sudden, like, the industry is up, it's booming, blah, 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 blah. So I'm like sitting here thinking, and I'm talking with other people. I'm like, there's no way he turned that economy around that fast, that these industries and these markets are like searching for help. They're short of help. And I'm like, there's just no way. And that was just my interpretation. Now, what really made me want to talk about this and to really dive deep into it was an article that I saw on CNN. And I know y'all gonna be like, you read CNN. CNN is so biased. Well, in case you don't know, I take news from everywhere, because guess what? The truth is in between. I don't completely side with conservative news, because of course it's biased, and I definitely don't side with the liberal news media, because we all know that's lies too. So the truth is somewhere in between. So I take a sample from both sides of the sector, and I read a couple articles from both sides, and I kind of figured out which one I kind of agree with. So, but I really want to address the CNN article, because it is quite funny, guys. The reasoning behind why there's a shortage in the workforce. I don't know. I think it's a reach, but I want you guys to tell me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up the article. I'm not going to read the full article, but I am going to hit the points of it. So just bear with me, and hopefully you guys get the gist of the article. And I will also link the full article down below if you want a quick laugh or so. But anyway, so the title of it is American Factories Are Desperate for Workers. It's a $1 trillion problem. Everything, for some reason, under Joe Biden's administration is a $1 trillion problem. That for the past 4 or 5 months, all he's been doing is handing out money like it's going out of style. I just don't get it. And to be honest, the handing out of the money, I think, is the problem. But we'll dive deep, and then I'll kind of circle around to the point that I'm trying to make. So they're saying that because of the pandemic, that the demand for goods has risen. I can agree with that. Let me know if you can agree with that. I can agree with that. The demand for goods are going up. A lot of people are at home. more people are consuming products. So yeah, that is natural that the demand is going up. There's also there's an increase in demand for certain stuff because of COVID. Like cleaning supplies went up, hand sanitizer went up, toilet paper, that whole fiasco. Whew, crazy, right? I still to this day don't get the toilet paper issue, but if somebody could explain it to me, please feel free to do so. What was the issue with the toilet paper? But anyway, I guess it was to wipe their nose with like runny nose from coronavirus. I don't know. But anyway, so the article goes in to say that there is a shortage in the workforce due to people thinking that they're going to be replaced by robots. Yes, I said it. So in this article, CNN is claiming that people are leaving the workforce or not as active in the manufacturing business because they're afraid that their job is going to be taken over by robots. And if you are like me, you're like, what the hell? So your mindset, so you're telling me that people's mindset is that, oh, I'm not going to get a job at a factory because it's going to be taken over by robots. So, instead of just, bringing income into my family, I'm just going to sit this one out and wait for something else. So that's what you're telling me. So that is what CNN is talking about in this article. At the very bottom, it says the robots are not taking over. So they're trying to say that, oh, guys, you don't have to worry about it. The robots are not taking over. You can go back to work. Now, here is where I'm going to give you my opinion. Now, this is my opinion. I am not stating fact, but this is just an assumption that I'm making based on what is going on around us. As we know, Joe Biden, he signed a stimulus two actually into law. One was the 600, one was the 1400, and that tends to, as you know, make people lazy. When you give out free money, there is no incentive to work. Over the past, since the pandemic started, I think they said the average family has gotten $5,000 or something like that. But then on top of that, you have the PPP loans who people have been taking advantage of, $20,000. You got the stimulus, you got the unemployment. So coupled all that together, and you can see a person living pretty decently without having to get a job. So I'm looking at it this way. People are not in the workforce because they're being taken care of by the government, which was our ultimate fear. When you hand out money in large sums, people tend to have no incentive to work. Now, you do have those that have it, that are willing to work, those like me and probably most of my viewers. We don't need an incentive to work. We know we have to work. If we want to eat, if we want to live comfortably, we have to go out and we have to get a job and provide for our family. Well, believe it or not, guys, there are some people that do not feel that way. They will accept the bare minimum as long as they don't have to work. And I feel like that a lot of Americans have gotten lazy. They've gotten used to the unemployment. And I can't be mad at them. To sit at home for $900 a week, that's not a bad deal. Some people are probably making more than their actual wage due to the extra, $300 or $600 that the government was given on top of the regular unemployment. So I can't be mad at them. It's like, I understand. You're getting all this money to sit at home. Why would you go back to work and make less, work harder? So in their mind, it's like, hey, I'm getting free money. I don't have to work. So you see a lot of people sitting out on the workforce. Now, overall, this is going to be very detrimental to our economy. It is already showing. Like, it looks like we are having economic growth, but people are just being incentivized with free money. What was that? Free money from the government. So, yeah, you see people spending, but that spending is going to come to an end because that income is only temporary. So what are we going to do after that? Like, this is where you're going to get replaced by robots. Factories can't find any workers. Well, let's automate the system. That way we don't have to worry about workers. So then when workers return to the workforce, there will be no jobs and you will be on unemployment. Maybe your unemployment ran out. Well, you're going to be in trouble. So I feel like this is playing out what a lot of Americans have felt, and that is if you give people welfare, they're just going to continue to milk it. They're not going to work. Now, this is not only just going to affect them, that's going to affect us as an economy because technically they're still consumers. You need consumers in order to keep an economy booming. Now, I know you guys heard that Joe Biden is about to try to push another $1 trillion spending bill to get, I guess, the economy going. But all of this spending is just really, really bad. Now, I'm not an economist. If I have an economist that watch me, please fill me in the comments. But all of this government spending does not seem to or will not go over well in the long run. So if you know, let me know. But I just have a feeling, like I said, I'm not an economist, but I really do have a feeling that all this big government, this big spending, all of these $1 trillion bills that are being signed and all of this money is just been printed, in the long run, I feel like it is not good for our economy. And I think we're going to regret it in the end. We're celebrating right now because, we're getting free money from the government. But as you know, nothing is free. Now, I think Biden's plan was to basically tax the hell out of the rich. We all know that doesn't work because the rich people are the ones that bring jobs. The big business is the one that brings jobs. So if they leave, there goes our economy. You're trying to raise the corporate tax from 28. I think he wanted to go from 25 to 28, or it was like 30 really. Up to 30, but I think some constituents like kind of talked them down, like maybe that's a bit much. Yeah, just imagine for every dollar you made, you had to throw 30 cents to someone that didn't even help you get where you are just because. That sucks. That's not an incentive for businesses to stay here. So businesses will take their business elsewhere and provide jobs for other people rather than American citizens who need the job for us to keep our economy going. So I do not see this going over well. And I don't know, guys. I want you guys to tell me what you think about the situation. What do you think is actually causing the worker shortage? I honestly do believe that it is the fact that we have allowed people to collect welfare. I'm gonna call it what it is. Collect welfare. It's just another form, stimulus, welfare. You're giving people money from the government. Assistance. It's government assistance. That's welfare. So, and people have really taken advantage of that. And now nobody wants to go to work. And then on top of that, can you blame them? I can sit at home and collect $900 a week versus going to work and maybe making 4 or 5 a week. I'm not the smartest person, but it seems like the first one is probably the better one to do. But anyway, as always, guys, I'm going to leave the link to the article down below. I want you to tell me what you think about everything that's going on. Do you see a lot of now hiring signs in your city or your town? Because I do. I noticed it about a month ago, and it has not stopped since. There's signs, there's billboards, they're everywhere. Now hiring, now hiring. Oh, we have such a booming economy, right? No, people just don't want to work. So please let me know your thoughts in the comments. And before I forget, let me remind you that if you are not following me on my social media, make sure to do so. My Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and TikTok will all be located down below in the description box. I would love to have you and to engage with me as well. But as always, guys, you know I love you. One vibe, one tribe. Deuces.